Zambia is an absolute hotbed right now for copper exploration. These are some of the biggest deposits in the world. Every player is there, and this area is setting up for M&A activity. At the end of the day, it all comes down to results.
This is one of the most viewed video series on realvision, and that's because it's the story of a copper exploration project that could be on the cusp of discovering one of the world's biggest deposits. Every new episode brings huge excitement as we catch up on the latest events in real time. And right now, we're in the calm before the storm, waiting for a series of test results that could take the whole project to another level. So let's catch up on why this is such a big deal.
So the Midnight Sun project, it's called the Solwezi project, is in the heart of the Domes region, which is part of the Zambia-Congo copper belt. Zambia is an absolute hotbed right now for copper exploration, and I think you could easily argue that Zambia is one of the top spots, if not the top spot in the world for copper exploration and discovery. This is home to the 5 biggest copper mines in Africa and some of the biggest copper mines in the world. You have Barrick, you have First Quantum. Ivanhoe just took out 8,000 square kilometers of land in the Kalahari Sands. They believe it's an extension of the Domes region near the Angolan border. Rio Tinto has taken out a large land package recently. And outside of those major players, you also have Anglo, BHP, trying to get a foothold in properties that can be in development, that can be new mines. So every player is there, and this area is setting up for M&A activity, and it's going to be those new projects that come into the development pipeline that the bigger operators in the region are going to want, and that's the position we want to put Midnight Sun in. Our property is 506 square kilometers, comprised of 4 separate targets, 3 of which we are working on right now. Dumbwa is our flagship, the 20-kilometer long soil anomaly that peaks at 0.73% copper. And to give you some context, the average grade of the mines in the region is 0.56% copper. That soil anomaly is covered by what we refer to as a vegetation kill zone or a copper clearing, and that's a biological anomaly that is caused by high-grade copper in soil that becomes toxic to vegetation. But what we've never done is proven systematically, drilled systematically, and proven the extents of the Dumbwa anomaly. How big is that system? And so that's what we set out to do. So that's our flagship target. Then we have Kaziba, and Kaziba is in the northwest part of our property, or in the northwest corner of our project. We have a sulfide target that runs for 4 kilometers northwest to southeast and 2 kilometers wide. We have a geochem anomaly. We have a VTEM anomaly. We have a soil anomaly. And we have a dipole-dipole IP, which is a geophysical survey showing us that we have a sulfide unit in the exact geology that hosts 90% of the copper in the belt. So we have sulfides, we know how deep they are, and they coincide with a beautiful high-grade copper target at surface. That's Kaziba. And then we have Mitu. And Mitu is another sulfide target, and both Kaziba and Mitu also have this really unique optionality of having oxide copper at surface, and the oxide copper is mineralization that we're working with First Quantum to deliver that oxide copper to their mine, which sits just 6 kilometers away from us. 3 big sulfide targets. Sulfide deposits in the Domes region typically average around 1 billion tons. These are some of the biggest deposits in the world. They're shallow, they're strata-bound, they're easy, they come with a low capex. So this is an area where if you find it, you can build it. There's a copper deficit coming, it's looming on the horizon, and we want to make sure that Midnight Sun fits into that development pipeline as quickly as we can.
3 separate exploration sites, all within one of the most exciting copper mining areas on the planet. And each of them has shown signs that suggest there is a bonanza below ground. Plus, all of this happening at a time when the world is now waking up to the fact that we're facing a copper shortage due to the ongoing energy transition. The timing could not be better. So just how close is Midnight Sun to making the discovery that everyone is hoping for?
So if you're going to go into a project like this, you have to have a methodical, concise approach, both cost effectively and on a strict timeline. So we came up with a plan using methodology developed by Kevin Bonnell. Kevin is the geologist that brought a team together and unraveled Barrick's Lumwana mine. It was around 900 million tons at 0.5, and they ended up finding 2 satellite deposits that gave Barrick 1.62 billion tons of ore at 0.52%, a super pit, which will make it the largest mine in Zambia. Kevin joined Midnight Sun's team, and he joined our team because he sees the opportunity to duplicate that success.
Well, when it comes to modern mining, the secret to success is in the preparation and the planning. You bring in the world's best experts and you put together a methodical strategy that you meticulously execute step by step. And finally, having looked at all the data, Midnight Sun is now at the point to begin the first tests, advanced geophysical surveys, sophisticated soil sampling, and the initial drill programs.
Kevin Bonnell has a methodology, and it consists of 3 steps. The first, you need a big geochem anomaly. If you have a big geochem anomaly, the next step is called dipole-dipole IP, which is a geophysical survey, a survey that can show you the depth of the mineralization and the angle that it's sitting in the ground. So that's underway now. That's going to be one of the first key pieces of information that drives the drilling to define the extensive Dumbwa. Secondarily, we've gone to work at Kaziba. This past year saw the first extensive drill program on our oxide copper targets at Kaziba, and that initial drill program gave us results like 21 meters of 10.5% copper and 26 meters of 5.5% copper. Absolutely spectacular results, high-grade malachite, high-grade copper sitting right at surface that, if everything goes to plan, can be mined with an excavator, put in a dump truck, and taken to the Kansanshi mine. The programs we've launched are going to tell us how much copper we have, how big these systems are, how deep it is, and to show us the path to developing them.
I'm not sure I can wait for the full results of those test programs. I've been so close to this project throughout this series that I actually don't think I've got the patience. From what we already know about these sites, I think I'd be out there with a digger myself right now. Luckily, the team at Midnight Sun know what they're doing, and it's what happens next that is most crucial.
At the end of the day, it all comes down to results. The results can start to flow in a few weeks, and they can flow right through the end of the year. But this is the time where we start to find out. We know we've got a huge soil anomaly. We've done the work, we've done the drilling, the results are on their way, and now it's time to deliver.